Did you know two fake cops pulled off the greatest art heist in history and vanished without a trace? At 1:24 in the morning on March 18, 1990, two men dressed as Boston police officers knocked on the doors of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. They told the night guards they were responding to a disturbance call. The quiet museum became the scene of the world's largest art theft. These weren't random thieves. They handcuffed the guards in the basement and spent 81 minutes carefully selecting specific masterpieces. They knew exactly what they wanted. Works by Vermeer, Degas, and Rembrandt. They cut paintings from frames to avoid triggering security systems, removing works in a sequence that screamed professional art knowledge. $500 million worth of irreplaceable treasures loaded into their vehicle, while alarms stayed mysteriously silent. They had inside information about security protocols and left zero forensic evidence. 34 years later, the FBI is still hunting them. $10 million reward unclaimed. Empty frames still hang as reminders of the perfect crime that continues to baffle investigators. Did you know America's most efficient killing machine was run like a Fortune 500 company? On October 25, 1957, Albert Anastasia walked into the Park Sheraton Hotel barbershop for his morning shave. To everyone else, he looked like any other wealthy businessman getting groomed in Manhattan's most upscale establishment. But Anastasia was actually the boss of Murder Incorporated, the most deadly assassination network in American history. For 2 decades, he organized contract killings like corporate operations, training professional hitmen and eliminating over 400 targets without leaving a trace. His paranoia about rival families was growing, especially after violently seizing control of waterfront unions. That morning, as he settled into the barber chair, 2 gunmen burst through the door. 10 shots rang out while he sat completely defenseless, his bodyguard mysteriously nowhere to be found. The precision timing screamed inside betrayal. Police found no witnesses, no evidence, no leads. His death marked the end of organized crime's most systematic murder operation, brought down by the same betrayal he had perfected. Did you know a single umbrella jab on a London bridge was actually one of the most sophisticated assassinations in history? On September 7, 1978, Bulgarian dissident Georgy Markov was waiting for his bus on Waterloo Bridge. He felt a sharp sting in his leg from what seemed like an accidental umbrella poke by a passing stranger. Markov was a BBC broadcaster whose anti-communist radio programs had made him a target for Bulgarian secret police. What he didn't know was that Bulgarian agents had worked with the KGB to create the perfect murder weapon. They had modified an umbrella to fire a pellet smaller than a pinhead, loaded with enough ricin to kill within days. Hours later, Markov developed fever and vomiting. When doctors found the metallic pellet, he realized he'd been murdered. 4 days later, the ricin destroyed his internal organs, and he died. Scotland Yard's investigation exposed Cold War assassination techniques that seemed straight out of a spy novel. The killer vanished into rush hour crowds and was never caught. A simple umbrella had become the ultimate weapon. Did you know a Miami businesswoman turned a lingerie company into America's deadliest drug empire? In 1975, Griselda Blanco ran what looked like a legitimate import business in Miami. Colombian entrepreneur, successful, respectable. But hidden inside her lingerie shipments was pure cocaine. Tons of it. She recruited American women as drug mules and built the first major Colombian distribution network in the US. Miami transformed from a quiet retirement destination into the murder capital of America. Blanco didn't just sell drugs, she weaponized violence itself. Motorcycle drive-by shootings, car bombings in shopping centers, child assassins eliminating witnesses. Then came July 11th, 1979, the Dadeland Mall massacre. Her gunmen chased rivals through crowded stores, opening fire with automatic weapons while families fled screaming. 30 bullet holes turned retail spaces into war zones. She was eventually deported to Colombia, where she was murdered in 2012. But her methods became the blueprint for every cartel that followed. She didn't just traffic drugs. She imported terrorism. Did you know a serial killer turned murder into a twisted game show that captivated an entire nation? In August 1969, San Francisco newspapers received what looked like ordinary mail. Inside were cryptic symbols and letters that seemed like random scribbles. But when decoded, they revealed chilling confessions to brutal murders. The Zodiac killer had just transformed random violence into calculated psychological warfare. He shot couples in remote locations, then immediately called police to brag about his work. Each attack came with increasingly complex codes that challenged the public to solve his identity. His technical skills were terrifying. Handcrafted costumes, ballistics expertise, and advanced mathematical ciphers. But September 27, 1969 at Lake Berryessa showed his true nature. Wearing an executioner's hood, he approached Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard in broad daylight. He calmly stabbed them while making casual conversation, then carved his Zodiac symbol into their car door. 50 years later, investigators still chase leads. He created the blueprint for modern serial killer media campaigns. Murder became public theater, and the world couldn't look away.